Hello everyone. Today I would like to read out the sixth chapter titled the Randamurti Kshetram from my manuscript When I Met My Grandfather. This is a work of fiction and any resemblance to real places, people, or events is purely coincidental. The story contains eerie and unsettling themes. Viewer discretion is advised. I'd like to read out the story. The moonlit night slowly faded, and the first rays of the sun began to appear. It was around 4 in the morning. From our home, we could clearly hear the chants from Randamurti Kshetram, Vishnu Sahasranamam, followed by Shiv Panchakshari Mantram. Sindhu Chechi had already begun her day. The house was clean, the open space cleaned up, the puja altar ready for my grandmother's prayers. My parents and grandmother had hot tea, and I held a glass of warm milk from Geeta Chechi's home. Pure, fresh, unlike anything from the city. Sindhu Chechi poured it from one glass to another to cool it down, and somehow that made it taste even better. The smell of wet mud from the freshly sprinkled water, the fragrance of flowers, everything felt calm, peaceful. For a moment, I almost forgot what had happened the previous night until my grandmother told my parents. She asked them to take me to the temple. She believed that the temple could remove any evil presence. A special puja had already been arranged. I hesitated. To reach the temple, we had to pass by the pond, the same place where I had seen those figures. Please bring the prasadam. I will stay here, I said. But my grandmother insisted. And then she added, Sindhu Chechi will come with you. I agreed immediately. I always felt safer when she was around. Soon everything got ready. My parents wore traditional clothes. I wore the red skirt and top my grandmother had gifted me. My eyes were lined with kajal, a black bindi on my forehead, and jasmine flowers neatly tied in my hair. As we got ready, I told Sindhu Chechi everything. The headless man, the one-toothed old woman, the figure near the pond. She listened and said calmly, Don't worry, your hair is tied neatly. Spirits usually enter through loose hair. And now the temple is open. No spirit will come near. She held my hand. Even if they do, I am here. We began walking towards the temple, crossing the pond. This time, everything looked normal. The breeze felt gentle. The laterite stones were just stones, nothing more. The chants grew louder as we moved closer. My parents stopped to greet neighbors. We continued walking. Inside the temple, my mother and Sindhu Chechi explained everything to me. The sanctum was unique. It housed both Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. The idols were Swayambhu, not made by humans but discovered in the temple well. I bowed before the well. We offered prayers, lit the Chittuvalaka, rows of lamps surrounding the sanctum, performed archana. My mother tied a sacred thread around my wrist for protection. There was a banyan tree with an idol of Lord Ayyappa hidden within its hollow, a place no one dared to disturb, a deity who chose to remain in nature. We prayed to other deities, Parvati, Ganapati, the serpent gods, and then we reached a place where bhajanam was performed for those believed to be affected by spirits. Sindhu Chechi whispered, I'll tell you a real story about this later. After completing everything, we stepped out. I felt lighter, safer. A quiet pride filled me for belonging to a place with such power. My parents walked ahead. Sindhu Chechi and I followed slowly. As we passed Krishnan Master's house, I heard a cry, a familiar cry. I looked at her. She said softly, Ignore it. Suresh Etan went to the haunted road last night. An evil spirit had entered him. He has to wait for Bhajanam to be cured. Then she added, Someone may have used Kaivisham on him. The calm I felt vanished. Fear returned. My parents were far ahead now, almost out of sight. I held on to her tightly. I don't want to hear any more stories, I said. I just want to go home to Amma, and Achan. She lifted me in her arms and walked faster. Soon we reached home. There was a crowd, relatives, friends, everyone had arrived. It felt normal again, safe. As we opened the gate, I saw them, the one-toothed old woman and the headless man. This time he was bending down as if picking something. For a moment, it felt like they saw me too, and then they vanished. I tried pointing them out to Sindhu Chechi, but by then they were gone. That's all for the day. Do let me know your thoughts about this chapter by writing in the comment section. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.